Hi everybody, Russell Markham here. Great to have you along again. And just a note there, please note our financial services guide. You can find out more about us there on our company website. In addition, I'm only licensed to give you general advice, so please speak to your financial advisor for personal advice. Past performance, not a guarantee of future results. Forecasts, backtests used or discussed in this presentation are intended as a guide only. Actual results may be affected by known or unknown risks and uncertainties, and therefore may differ materially from the results ultimately achieved. So this week's weekly essay was inspired by this article here in the Fin Review. All right, so what? Buy more. Host Plus gets greedy in tech wreck. Sam Cecilia, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, the man holding the purse strings at top-ranked superannuation fund, Host Plus says its relatively young member base allows him to go all in on depressed tech stocks and be greedy when others are fearful. Anyway, it goes on to note the strategy there. I'm not making any apologies for anyone that we bought a tech share that tomorrow goes down 10%, Mr. Cecilia repeatedly told the Australian Fin Review. So what? Buy more. Where we see depressed prices in equity markets or tech markets, we're buying big. It doesn't matter what the share price of the tech company is. The technology itself is unrelenting. All right, so you can then read up more about the CIO, Chief Investment Officer at Host Plus, and you can read up more about Sam there. Okay, so we got into research a bit here, and we wanted to find out, what exactly does it consist of? So in your weekly essay, then the VectorVest system, you'll get access to that link. So here's the full list of 46 companies in the S&P ASX All Tech Index. Now, bearing in mind, this was in February 2019, and that figure's changed somewhat since, but still, it was a good starting point. And from there, we were able to work through all of those ticker codes that were noted to us. In the ASX 200, again, in your weekly essay, you'll get access to that link to get that slide set there, but you can also look it up on the Australian Stock Exchange website, ASX website there. S&P ASX All Technology Index, XTX is a ticker code by numbers, and you can see here. So total 56 currently in Australia, 3 in New Zealand, 2 Malaysia, and you can go and have a look at the other countries there. 7 in the United States. Must be at least 120 million market cap, 250,000 minimum daily average volume traded, at least in monetary terms. I believe it is there, daily value. Yeah, so it must be monetary terms. All right, so you can see how it's been growing and growing and growing. It's now up to 72 in total stocks that make it up. And you can see the performance over the years of this. So it's an index. You can't go and buy the index as such, but it's the index, and you can see some of the biggest names there that make up that index. So what we did there at VectorVest is we got to work and we put together as many of those stocks known to us in that index. So in your weekly essay there, you'll get a link to the file that you can import, the CSV file. So go and create yourself a watch list. You create a new watch list. So new watch list once you've selected an appropriate group. And so just to demonstrate here, if I come down to the bottom here, just to move it over, there we are. That's okay. I'll come back up to the top here and click this again. The sort, there we are. And so you'd come in, so for example, select my watch lists, and then you could then create a new watch list. Okay, and in this case here, I just gave the name All Research Technology Index Stocks. So just a word of caution, I'm not saying these necessarily all will be in there. There's a good chance all of those are in there, but there might be a few that are not. This was to the best of our knowledge at the time. And then what you do is you'll click on this button here once you've created the name, and then you can import the file. So download the file from the weekly essay. We've given you the link. Make sure you download it. Once you've downloaded it, know where it's saved, of course, and then you can come in here, click on that button, and you can then import, and it'll bring all the symbols in, all 41 that we've been able to identify that we believe are in the index, or at least a very good representation of what we believe is in the index. Right, and I want to show you the bottom, the watch list average. So don't worry, you don't have to import it. It's up to you. I just wanted to show you what's going on here. So you can see there's a big disconnect between the value and the price. So I'll just make this jump out just a tad more here. So you can see this big premium was being paid. The index did start back in 2020, I think it was February 2020. So I'll just take this off for now. You can see we've gone back in time because all of those stocks, assuming they were held earlier if the index had started. But you can see these technology stocks nonetheless, there's been a very big disconnect between the price and the value. You notice how the price has come back quite a bit to catch up with, you know, what the valuation is. So, but still a very big premium. So, you know, I'm just putting it out there. All this money that's been printed in recent years, a lot of it's found itself into the tech industry. You know, the NASDAQ 100 stocks have surged, you know, as a result, among other indexes. So one just needs to be mindful. Now, what we've done for today is we've been fairly conservative to say, well, why not go and identify all the technology stocks, but identify the ones that are undervalued. Now, before I finish up, I'll just go back and show you the watch list average again before we move on to the next part I want to show you. But if I put on the earnings profile, look at this. All right, so Host Plus is seeing there's a lot of value here because the earnings are continuing to power on these companies. That's great to see, but I don't know about you, but you know, where there's a massive premium being paid, especially in the current market conditions, I guess one does need to somewhat be mindful of that. All right, so I'm going to close out of here, and if I do a quick test since the start of the year, just on those technology stocks, again, this is interesting just to show you this here just very briefly. So let's go the first trading day of 2022 and quick test all, so 41 in total, and you'll see here, look at that, there were only 5 winners and 36 losers, an average there of negative 26%. All right, the market's fallen 15%, so it's underperformed the market. But what's quite telling is the fact that not many of these companies have been winners. Only 5 and 36 have been losing in terms of total return since the start of the year. So one needs to be mindful of it. Is it now the time to go and pick up these companies? You know, have they been beaten up enough that there's good value upside? Well, to delve into this a bit further, what we've done here at VectorVest is we said, why limit ourselves to the stocks that we know in that technology index? Why not go and look at all the technology stocks? Now, before I digress further, let me show you how you can go and find the technology index in VectorVest. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click on graphs, and this is the ticker code you want to put in. So you need that symbol there. It's shift and number 6 on my keyboard. It's like a hi-hat type symbol, AXTX. That's what you need to put in, AXTX. If I take all this off for now, and I'll take off the MACD as well. But you can see here, it sort of peaked up around about the 15th of November, and since then it's slid over 30-odd%. It is making a bit of a comeback. Look, it's starting to turn around, but a couple of days uptrend certainly does not make a sustainable trend by any stretch of the imagination. So we just need to be mindful of that. It may leg back down. We don't know. Now, to our VectorVest subscribers, of course, we are going to follow market timing rules very closely. Why rush out and buy potential stocks in this index when our down signals, a lot of them, are still in play? All right, so again, I can't advise you, speak to your financial advisor for personal advice, but using the VectorVest system, as we teach, we make sure that our market timing is in our favor. So if you're a conservative investor, note we are still in a confirmed down, and our confirmed down call has been in play for quite some time since there are the 10th of January. This is weekly, of course, so if I change this now to being, so we've got end of day, let's put best fit, and we'll come back, put on the confirmed signals again. All right, let's just pull it back just a tad here. All right, so there are confirmed signals. So there we are, the exact date. There's the 14th of January. So if you're conservative, of course, you're going to be waiting, for one of our conservative signals. So, for example, the confirmed up to come into play. So then, if you like these technology stocks, as we've researched, you can always then consider some of these in the list here. But digressing again, why limit yourself to just a handful of stocks? There's a fair few there. So what I've done with VectorVest is I went to VectorVest Unisearch, and I built the following search. I simply said, find me stocks in all of the info technology related industry. So to show you how I built this, on the first blank parameter, click on stocks, then click on filter by, and then in here you select industry group. In the operator, just simply equals, and in the value, selected industries, and then in here I went to the info tech. So info tech hardware and equipment, info tech semiconductors and equipment, info tech software and services. So that's how I built that one there. The first line, I'll take that out. So that's how we built the first line. And the second line, stock price split adjusted is less than the value. So in other words, find me those nice undervalued companies. So again, to do that, stocks, price volume, price split adjusted, operator, less than, and then in here, stocks, capital appreciation, and value. There it is. So that's you build that second line. So then what we're doing here is we're running the search to find all those info technology related companies where the price is less than the value. So VectorVest calculates the value each and every day for each stock. All right. So if I come into here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click. It's a good trick if you want to bring it back to the defaults. And in here, I'll click Restore Default. I'll make it a bit bigger on the font. There we are. Push on OK, push on OK. There we go. So we've got price. Now I'm going to left click on value and just drag it across. So I'll put price and value. I'll right click, order fit all columns, make it nice and neat. So there we are. You can see that each and every one of these companies here is undervalued. Now, this gives me a bit more confidence because at least then I'm not paying a big premium. So if you're more conservative, you might want to consider the undervalued companies. And then from there, I can begin my analysis. All right, so VectorVest will sort these by VST, value, safety, and timing each and every day. So if I just open this up here, you'll see, there we are, it's VST, value and safety and timing each day. And if you have a look at the, say, what's that, 3, 4, 5, top 5 here, I've got 6, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I grab these 5 here, so on the quick test selected, and I'm going to go back to the start of the year, for example. All right, so I'll go back to January, here we are, the 4th, on those companies run the test. You can see, look at that, this market's been in a massive downtrend. Those technology stocks got beaten up badly, but those top 5 right now are our top fundamentals and technicals. So I need to go back closer in time to see why is that. Things must be changing. So if I now come into June, 1st of June through to the 25th of July, run the test again, look at that. There's a turnaround starting to take place and VectorVest is picking up on that. All right, so look how easy VectorVest makes it for you each and every day. We're able to come in here, we're able to identify all of our technology stocks. We're able to then sort them to find the undervalued ones, and then what we're able to do is sort them by the best combinations of fundamentals and technicals. And as this market turns, this is a great little technique that you can come in each and every day in VectorVest and identify those companies out there in the technology space, for example, where you may have an opportunity to pick up some oversold companies that are likely to come up when the market comes up. Now, just a word of caution again, I'm not saying rush out and buy technology stocks. This ties back to the Financial Review article we read. It's interesting to read an opinion there that the Host Plus CIO is looking at technology stocks. This is a great way to identify these technology stocks using VectorVest. So you can also consider some great technology stocks. All I've done here is I've just made sure that these stocks are undervalued to give me some peace of mind that I'm not paying a significant premium for anything. How quick and easy is that to do? How powerful is this to do with VectorVest? VectorVest makes it so simple to do, doesn't it? Just with a few clicks of a mouse there, you can identify some of those top technology stocks. Hope you got a lot out of it. Until next week, bye for now.